I just got the new Glamlite and Twilight Breaking Dawn palette, so let's play with it. This color story is so freaking beautiful. I started with the shade Lion all over the lid. Then I went in with the shade Volturi, kind of on the outer V, winging it out. And I used a fluffy brush, but I eventually transitioned to a smaller brush for a little more detail. I was really focusing on the blend here and like the tail and making sure it really was feathered out. It's not perfect, but obviously I'm going to put stuff over top of it. So I clean it up a little bit with a Q-tip because that's my secret weapon for making any wing look perfect, even if you're not that great at it. And then to make it look even better, I went in with some Glossier concealer. I find concealer really helpful when using reds or darker colors. Then I went in with Edward over top of the matte Volturi shade. And I made sure to blend it really well with the brush before I took some on my finger and patted it on to intensify that shimmer. And this is how it was looking. I then took more of that Lion shade back in the crease just to blend it out a little more. I then put Century on my finger and placed it on the inner third of my lid and blending it out with my finger, and then eventually I took a brush to blend it out a little more and just kind of feather it out so it wasn't such a harsh line. I really liked how these two colors looked together, so I repeated it on the other eye, more padding, more blending, until I had a smooth transition between these two shades, and I was happy with how that was looking. It was all coming together and looking so pretty. I took some more Edward and intensified that again just because my blending kind of dulled it a little bit. And then after that I took the shade Diamond and I placed that on the inner corners of my eyes and blended it into that green shade and a little bit up, kind of into the contour of my eye. I like that placement a lot. I then took more Volturi on the lower lash and blended it out halfway and connected that to the wing. I took some more of that Lion shade and blended it into the red on that inner half of that lower lash line. I used that same shade on the brow bone just to intensify and blend, and then I took Forks, the black shade, and made a little wing, and this is how it looked. It even looked good with glasses on. I love the contrast between the red and the green. It's so pretty. Here's it in a little bit lower lighting. Super glittery and pretty. Okay, bye.